Yo, what is good everybody? It's your boy the Strongest Swizzer, and yes, tonight is indeed Fight Night, and we got myself on the right hand side starting off with Law, as well as we have Kai on the left running the Magellan. I'm actually a huge fan of that deck. I think it does really good against Whitebeard, and it's just really fun. It's probably one of the #1 deck I play on the simulator, just because it's literally just so much fun. But I'm going to go ahead and start us off with the Chopper. Of course, I am going to go first. I did win the dice roll. And actually Magellan really favors going first, so wanting to take that away from him. But we see the Hannibal coming down looking for an impel down card, and of course he's going to go ahead and get that blocker, that undeletion to remove one Dawn. But quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is DXN Outpost, DXN Provisions, the only place where actually I get all my steel product. And yeah, right now on the site they have the OP04 registration open, so go ahead and pre-order some of those boxes. I'm a huge Dressrosa fan, so glad to see more support for that. But we're gonna see myself running the Curly, searching top 5 cards, of course announcing that I am gonna search 5, misses, and then I'm gonna go ahead and swing, and it does go through. So Kai sitting at 4 life. We're now on equal footing here, 4-4 of course. And then we're gonna see this strange card coming down. It's a 4-cost card, and then it actually gets to pop a 1-cost card. And he's gonna swing with 5 and pass turn. I do need cards in my hand right now, so I am willing to take that. Unfortunately, Curly did me wrong. And so we're gonna see 6 swinging into lead here, and he just takes it. Good amount of cards now, and you're gonna see myself running the pistol here to pop the 4-cost there. He's just kind of a heavy hitter. I kind of wanted him out of the way, and I actually don't think I have too many plays left either in my hand, so I figured, hey, why not? But he does set up the double attacker here, and he's gonna swing 5 at lead. Do I want to take it? And no, I'm gonna go ahead and actually counter for the 1 here. Leaves 1 active. Me thinking to myself, man, what does this man got? But we're gonna go ahead and swing at lead here for 5. No way he takes this. He's got like a ton of cards in his hand, and he does. He ends up taking it, realizing, you know what, I kind of want to see all my cards that I currently have in my hand. But we see the Bonnie coming down, searching for that Law, of course, and I'm gonna go ahead and tap 2 to do another search of another top 5. You see the pistol, and then you see the beige, I believe. If I got the beige here, I can actually shambles this turn, which is the main reason why I did it. So tapping 1 to bring out the beige, going ahead and playing the ability here to bring out the law effect, to bounce the Bonnie to throw down the Curly. I know I sequenced that very weirdly, but in real life I was talking about that in person. Anyways, grabbing the Chopper off of the Curly and passing turn here. So Kai sitting now at 2 life. Kind of low compared to my 3, but Magellan has a ton of blockers, a ton of ways. Hell's Judgment being a vicious card, but we see the 4-cost card coming down here, popping the beige. Yeah, he's got like a ton of those things, but we're gonna see 3K into the Bonnie, and I do let it go down. I kind of didn't want to save it just because I know that if I blocked it with the Law, he probably would have just died off of the other attacker or the character here. But he's gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and counter out of it, and with the Otama, if you did see a little off the screen, so I do apologize for that. Choosing not to swing with the double attacker, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other Bonnie. Of course, I did have 2 to begin with, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Zoro, the Rush Zoro, and Rush Zoro doing its thing here. Let's see how I want to sequence this. Law is of course all about having to sequence, so I'm gonna go ahead and just swing 3 to 3 just to get him out of there. And you see me kind of dividing my Dawn up a little bit. Shout out to those Sanji Dawn, my man Eddie, for hooking those up for me. Do love those Dawns a lot. And we see here me really debating what I want to do. You see the Chopper, and I guess I'm debating how I want to sequence. Do I want to throw the Chopper down and then shambles, or do I want to just go ahead and go bug wild like I am right now? Swinging 7-9 at lead here. And it looks like he's most likely gonna just take it. Yeah, he could definitely counter out of it, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Chopper. I'm gonna go ahead and shambles, bringing back the Bonnie to throw the Zoro, and then passing turn. This is a really big reason why I'm starting to lean a lot more toward the starter deck Zoro. You clearly saw me not swing with Zoro. If that was the starter deck Zoro, it would have just been way better. You know, obviously having the rush possibility is really big, but we're gonna see the little Sadie here bringing down the blocker as well, and then we're gonna see a ton of attachments here coming down, attaching one to lead and attaching one to the Hannibal, swinging 3 at 3, and me kind of saying in the face of death here, being like, you know what, no, I'm gonna go ahead and block it. I don't want Hannibal to die. If you really want to attack it and kill it, you're gonna have to attack again. But we're gonna see 6K swinging into Law here. 6K, debating for how I want to counter out of it, and I have a 2K, so I'm gonna go ahead and counter out of that. And then we're gonna see 6K swinging into lead, and I'm gonna go ahead and just take it. Surprised that he did swing into lead and not into the Law here. And then we're going to see the 5K swinging into lead, and I'm going to go ahead and just block it because I don't want him to double attack, and passing turn. And yeah, I still got my curly. Was it worth it? I do not know. But we're going to see 3K swinging into the Hannibal. Just pick off the little guys. I was kind of baiting the blocker here to come out, but I'm going to go swing 5 to 5. I'm assuming he has enough. And you see in his hand the actual stadium card there. Very interesting. You don't really see Magellan players run that card, but it is nice to see some sort of diversity. And you know, you never know when someone's got the sauce. And he just ends up blocking it, and to gain an extra Dawn rested, which is that ability here, choosing not to save it actually. Let's see if that bites Kai in the butt later on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and attach 3 onto Law, and then swinging at the double attacker. I want to get rid of him. I don't want him to go something crazy, swing a ton, and then yeah, but he's gonna go Hell's Judgment, making him a -3, and then he's just gonna counter out of it to make him 5, swing 5 to 5, and just counter out of a 1. And then we see the Bonnie coming down as well, tapping 2, of course, to bring out another Law, and I have not Shambles this turn, which is kind of nasty. Putting the counter there to make sure that I do remember. Very important, especially for me. I have a hard time piloting this deck as well as remembering everything. It's just kind of crazy. Bringing down the Law, putting back the Zoro to bring back the Zoro. Let's see if I actually want to take advantage of Zoro's ability here with the rush, and it does look I am. I'm going to swing at the double attacker here, 7K. Pretty good here, and it does go down, getting himself another rested Dawn, and tapping 1 here to just go ahead and replace the curly for the beige, and yeah, looks like that I ended up killing that curly on my own regardless. So here we have Kai. Of course, Kai sitting at his 10 Dawn because of how he accelerated, which is pretty normal. You see the Magellan here, you see a couple cards in his hand, and he's got plays. I mean, he definitely has a ton of cards in his hand. Let's see exactly how he wants to sequence, and you see we see peeking oh my god, the Queen. We see the Queen, but instead he goes for the little Sadie here for now, bringing out the double attacker as well again, and then dropping finally the Queen effect to -1, giving Magellan here a +1K because he did return a card back to his Dawn deck there. So the Magellan leader is singing at 6K. So we're gonna see 5K swinging into Zoro, and I'm gonna go ahead and counter out of it with 1, swinging 5K into the Zoro, and just 6K swinging into Zoro. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that with the beige. I probably should have just blocked the first attack with a Law. That was probably the smartest move for myself. But, you know, it is what it is. Me grabbing another Law off of that Bonnie, pretty nuts. Soon to maybe have 3 Laws on the board. With this deck, sometimes you never see a Law in a game, and sometimes you see all 3 or all 4. But let's see exactly how I decide to pilot this next move. Of course, just dividing, thinking about my hand, how I want to do it. You see I have Otama, you see I have Law, and I'm not sure exactly what the third card might be, but we're going to swing attaching 1 to Zoro here, making him a 6K. And I do so just because of the Queen. The Queen is a blocker, and he is at 6K I'm pretty sure he has a Hell's Judgment in hand. The question is, do I want to go for game this turn? He only has one blocker. What exactly can I do here? I have a ton of cards on the board now, some pretty big heavy hitters. But I tell myself, you know what? I think I can play it a bit slow. I don't really need to go for game here. Let me just do as much damage as I possibly can and see how it ends up. Me checking his trash here to see how many Hell Judgments he has. Does he realistically have one? And I think from looking at his hand, he probably does have one. Yep, he does have one actually. So, so he does play the Hell's Judgment here, minusing 3 to the law and 3 to the other law. And of course, yeah, that's what he decides to do here. So me thinking now with all the Dawn in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and attach 3 to law, swinging 9k into, I believe it is leader here. Now, does he want to block with the queen, lose his last life here? He can't counter out of it looking at his hand now. He has an event card and then another card, but he just ends up taking it here. Let's see exactly what I want to do. Of course, my leader is now sitting at 2k, so he's essentially pretty much useless. But so we're going to see the Shambles play here, bringing back the Zoro to bring back Law, and then throwing Zoro down at the end there. Even with the suspended law, I feel like I'm pretty safe here, and we're gonna see 7k swinging into lead, and he's gonna block with the queen. Rush coming in pretty nice there. Did I need to maybe swing that turn with the Zoro? Would have been better if it was the starter deck Zoro. I'm constantly thinking about those things to see if it's worth running the rush or not, but maybe that's for a video at a later date. But anyways, we have Kai here. We see the Kaido with Rush in his hand, but no, we see a 5k swing at lead here. Does he want to maybe try to go for game? He has double attack. I don't think so, but I'm just gonna go ahead and block with the 6k. I still feel pretty safe. I have an Otama in my hand, so he'd have to commit pretty hard. But we actually see the, I think it's called Sludge or Slam, Sledge. I think it's called Sledge, and it actually gives a minus, I think 3k to a character, and he's actually gonna give it to the Law closest to the bottom of the title there, and he's gonna swing 5k into lead, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. Not too worried still. And let's see exactly what he wants to do. Swinging 6k into lead. I'm going to counter out of it with 2k. I still feel pretty safe with my Chopper as well as my last Dawn up. Just because if he swings with the little Sadie, he's going to have to commit a lot to it. At least 2 Dawn, and which he's actually debating now. But we see the blogger here swinging 5k into lead. And I actually just end up taking it because I blocked and I don't have enough counter. I completely forgot that he was actually minused in power there. So, of course, I do end up just taking it. But I swing at lead here. He's going to block with the Koala Bear, and he does gain an extra Dawn. Swinging 9 at lead, and he just ends up taking it. So, yep. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. And stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP02 content coming out soon. See ya!